Recording has started.
Hi, this lesson is for my middle school class on how to design tutorial 1. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up SolidWorks and then go to this little house menu here and go to the tutorials. And if it was me, I would take, I'm going to move this over out of the way, but if I was you, I would take and put this onto your other screen so it doesn't take up some of your design screen area over here, so you have more room to design. So just pull this over on your other screen. And then you're going to be in this Getting Started tab, and then down you'll see Lesson 1 Parts. You're going to click on that to open up the tutorial. You basically are going to follow step by step along with me or this tutorial. This is basically what you're going to learn here by doing this tutorial, so you can read through that so I don't have to read it for you. The next thing is that you open up a new document, and so step 1 says click new. If you don't know where that is, you can click and then it should flash on your screen. So if you click that, you can either double click this or you can click it once and then click OK. Either way will bring it up to new one. You can see the wheels spinning, so take a second to do that. And I like how the step 3 it tells you to save right away. That's a good idea to save and save often. So what I would do is make sure that when you do your save, you know where your Z drive is. So this one here on mine actually says R-Ward because that's my username. Yours would be your first 5 of your last name and first 3 of your first name. And then you might want to make a new folder inside there and call it Tech 8. So then all of your things will be stored in there. You can see I already have a folder in there called Tech 8. So I'm going to go ahead and find that folder. And inside this folder, I'm going to save this one as Tutor1. So we'll save it there so we know where to get it in the future. And we're on to the next topic, so creating the base. So here's the extruded rectangle that you're going to do, and the origin is back here on this corner and it extrudes out towards yourself. It's 120 by 120, and this is all in millimeters. So we're going to go ahead and click on this and click on step 1, extrude boss base. So that's in this features tab. Click on the extrude boss base. You'll see all of your sketch planes show up on here. So they say that they want you to select the front plane. So as you bring your mouse over, you would click on that. And now you're opening a sketch on the front plane. The next thing says 3, click on the corner rectangle. Click on your corner rectangle. And you draw a rectangle like so. So you click once and you drag and you click again on the upper corner. Size at this point is not important. You can use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. You can hit F on your screen to fit it to your screen. So those are some things that you kind of talk about, but make sure that you've got this symbol locking it down to the origin. So you start at the origin and draw out. To get out of this command, you can hit escape on your keyboard. You could hit enter on your keyboard. You could go up and select your pointer tool from your menu at the top. Lots of different ways that you can get out of this menu. You could select another tool, that type of thing. The first thing they want you to do, I guess, is to go ahead and get your pick tool. So I just right click and you could hit escape or enter. So if you move your grab this corner, you can move this all around. If you grab one of the lines, you can go up and down with it. You can't move the black lines. There's 2 black lines that are touching the origin. You can't grab those and physically move them, but you can grab these endpoints and move them. So this can kind of get kind of used to that, and you can kind of see how you got horizontal symbols and things like that. So we're going to get our Smart Dimension tool, and you're going to just make one of the lines turn orange, just somewhere in this area, and then you're going to Smart Dimension that line to 120, and then you would click the other line and do 120. nice to bring the dimensions off the part so that they're not inside here and it's hard to see where they're pointing. So it's nice to do that. You could put it on this side if you prefer. It might look a little bit nicer over there, but the way they show it in this picture is on the other side. But try to do a nice, neat job. And when you're all done and you exit your sketch, since you started with this feature, when you exit your sketch, it's automatically going to go to a feature. So if this doesn't pop out like that, so let me just get out of here for a second. If it doesn't pop out, you just find your sketch right here and then go to features and click on extrude boss base, and then that will make that pop out. And then it says to put the distance to 30, so I'll put the 30 in that box. And then it says to hit the green check mark, so we got the green check mark. Probably a good time to save. File save as, and make a copy if you wanted to name it something different, but we just are going to save it in the same spot in the same name. It says you can press Z to zoom in and out. So Shift Z and Z. So you might want to do that. You can also put your mouse wheel right on the center and roll it. That does the same thing, but wherever your mouse is, it rolls in and out from that. See that? Hit F to bring it back onto your screen if you ever lose it. If you wanted to edit your sketch, if you look underneath here, see how you've got these two, you got the feature and the sketch. So just hit this triangle. If you ever want to edit your sketch, you can click on it and then go to edit sketch, and you can get back into your sketch. If you ever want to look at it at a different view, you got this toolbar. You can also get this toolbar by hitting the space bar on your keyboard, and it brings it up every time like that. And you can actually pin it so that it stays here. And it won't go away. So like now if I click it stays, but if I unpin it and click it goes away. So I'll exit back out of the sketch. We'll go ahead and go to the adding the boss. So adding the boss is this part here. The base feature was back here and the boss actually extends out 25 millimeters. So you go ahead and click on that. And then if you click on extrude boss base, it's gonna say, hey, message, where do you want the sketch to be? So you just click on the top of the part here. And if you're not already in normal to view, I would suggest going into normal to view, clicking straight on, and then get your circle tool, like they say, and just find somewhere in here in the middle and click and drag a circle and then let go of the mouse button. Then they want you to smart dimension that circle. Right here it says to smart dimension the circle, and you're going to put that at 70 and 60 down from the top, and then 60 in from the edge. So you get your smart dimension tool, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I got room for my dimensions. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it and drag it out. I'll do like they did over on this side. I'm going to type in 70 and hit enter. Now I'm going to come in and find the orange dot in the middle and click once. And then I'm going to click the top line and I'm going to bring that one out and I'm going to say that's 60. And right now, if we hit escape to get out of this and we click this circle, I can move it back and forth this way, but I can't move it up and down. It's locked down because of the 60. And we still have a blue geometry because we can still move it. But as soon as we lock it down so it can't be moved, it's gonna be black and you won't be able to move it. So smart dimension, get that center orange dot, go to one of the edges, bring it down, and type in 60. So you've got it to a vertical edge and to a horizontal edge. It's got a diameter associated with it. You can click and hold your mouse button down and move these around so that they look nice and neat. And then once you're done, you exit the sketch. It didn't go to trimetric, so I suggest we go to trimetric or isometric. And then in this box, we want to type 25. Hit the green check mark, and now you have the boss. All right, going to the next one. I already did this for you. So we're going to keep moving along. And they want you to make a hole, and it's 10, offset in 10. So we had a 70 and that was the diameter. So this would be, you have to minus off 20, so it'd be 50. And so we're going to go start with a feature called Extrude Cut, and then we're going to click on this face, and then we're going to go to a normal to view. So we're looking straight on the part. The key here is to find that center point inside there. So we get your circle tool, and you can see how I can get it like this if I bring my mouse in. The other option is to hold your mouse out here, and then you'll see it, and then you want to come over and click and drag a circle out and get your Smart Dimension tool and Smart Dimension that to 50. Okay. If you exit the sketch, then go to Trimetric. So exit sketch. Click on here. This is actually Trimetric view like that. I'll hit F to put to the screen. We're going to say through all in the end condition and hit the green check mark. So now, one way you can rotate this is if you put your mouse on top of your part and you push the mouse wheel into the mouse, then move the mouse, you can rotate this around. Okay. They want us to add some fillets. So we got to go back to the other side. All right, so fillets are on the features menu. And you can see we got a 1.5 fillet on this inside one, and we got a radius of 5 on this one. So we're going to go ahead and click on the fillet tool. And then I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit. So this here is a blue box that's saying items to fillet. So if you just click on this face right here, oh, and I made a mistake. I picked the back edge. Oops. So I just come in here and I right click and I say delete. Or if you want to clear all of it, you can clear them, but I'm just going to delete that and try again. All right, here's the face. All right, so there's our face, and right here is the radius, and we want the radius to be 5 millimeters. So now they're going to have you, if you look at the tutorial here, they're going to have you click each one of these corners. Again, if you make a mistake and click something, just go back into that, and you can go ahead and delete that. So you want to click on these corners. And you should be able to get them all, but you might have to zoom in a little bit. But see how I can get in even in there and do that? You should be able to click on all your corners. So you got 4 edges and 1 fillet, okay? So I'm happy with that, so I'll hit the green check mark. So this completes the fillets for that part, but remember there were fillets on here. So let's go to the next one here and see if we click on this first. Actually want to click this face, so the whole face is selected like that, and we go to fillet. It starts a new fillet on that, and that face automatically shows up in here. If it's not in there, just come into here and make sure that you click only the face, and then you can see the fillet is way too big, so that's why they want us to go to a 1.5. So it looks like that. If you're not seeing a preview of your fillets, you can click on this button that says full preview. So now you've got your fillets done, and you're going to shell the back of the part. This is kind of fun and pretty easy to do. So you want to look at the back of the part. You can either hold your mouse wheel down and rotate it to the back like so, or you could come into here and say this is the front view, this would be the back view. So you could do it that way. And you could click on it. You want to click on that back face, and then you want to click on shell. And then in the shell thickness up here, you want to put in 2. So we're going to show a preview here, even though it's kind of hard to see, and I'll rotate a little bit, but that's a preview, and then you hit the green check mark, and now you have the back that's shelled. So now they want to do a section view, so they want you to go into a trimetric view, And then the section view button is actually right here. And then they want to know which plane do you want to do the section view in, and you want to click on this top plane. And then you can see how you can grab this arrow and go up and down. You could just put in 60 and that would be half the part. And now this is what a section view would look like of your part. Easy to turn that off, just to click on this same button here. And let's go ahead and save our part again so that we have our part saved. Editing the features is a neat part about SolidWorks in that you can always change things and rebuild the part. So if you double click this face of this part, you're going to see the dimensions of that feature. See how this feature is highlighted? If you double click that dimension, you could go ahead and type in 50, I think is what they tell you to do, yep. And then hit the green check mark, and notice nothing changed. So you have to click on the rebuild thing, and you could also go edit rebuild. And when you rebuild it, you notice that it changed. Then made some changes, so we would save our part. Now this is kind of tricky too. They want to change the fillets on the outside corners from 5 to 10. So they're going to delete that face out of the fillets. So we're going to go back into our fillets feature, the first one that we did, and you click on it and you go to edit feature, and you're going to take that face, find the face, not the edges, but find the face, and you're going to say delete and hit the green check mark. So now your part looks like this. Because the fillets happen before the shell, you have to roll this fillet bar, or this little blue bar, with the hand. You got to grab it and pull it above the shell. So now the part is not shelled. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and add another fillet. So you're going to click on fillet, and you're going to go ahead and add fillet. So you're going to do a 5mm fillet to the face. So that's what that is. So we hit the green check mark because it's already at 5. So there's 5. And then they want you to go back into this one on the corners and edit that one to be 10. To change those to be 10. So now you've got 5 for the face fillets and 10 for your corner fillets, and still 1.5 for there. So now you have 3 fillets. So then you're going to roll this bar, click on it when you get the hand, and drag it underneath there, and it's going to reshell the part. All right, so now let's go ahead and go back to trimetric, and let's go save the part. So we got it saved. They're going to show you how you can add shading to it. And you can go to the view, and then there's display settings, and you can make sure that you've got your real graphics on. It probably defaults to that being on. And you can assign a material. So in this one, they want you to go to select stainless steel chrome. So up here it says material not specified. Right click that, edit material, and go to steel. Scroll down to chrome stainless steel. I gotta move this over a little bit, and then hit apply, and then close. So now my part is chrome stainless steel. I'm gonna save it one more time, and congratulations, you completed this tutorial. All right, I hope you enjoyed that and it helps you out a little bit, and happy designing.